Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the MisanthroPod. I'm Snipe and this is Wib, I guess.
I am Wib, yes. Hello.
Hello. Straight into it. What have you been doing?
What have I been
Tell
doing?
me every single detail. Don't you dare miss a thing out.
Well, this morning I woke up.
Okay.
And then
Okay, can we skip ahead to something maybe vaguely interesting?
Okay. Okay, so what have I been doing since the last podcast?
What have you been doing?
Well, I guess... Oh, I know what.
What?
We saw the Dawn of War 3 trailer.
We did! I completely forgotten about that.
Yeah,
Maybe because I can't go 3 minutes without having a massive lady boner about it, because it's so fucking awesome.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that until literally this second. We haven't even written it down on our little list of things we're going to talk
we're
about.
the worst at podcasts. Okay, let's gush about this for a good while, okay? Okay, the Dawn of War 3 trailer. Completely non-indicative of the game, but as a little, trailer, little short, it is so fucking erotic. It is 40k Dark Souls, and I desperately need that now.
Yeah, there's a certain bleakness about it that I really adore.
I can't even articulate how fantastic it looked.
You see,
I'm so hyped about it.
I've reached this sort of point where I sort of acknowledge that trailers are utter bullshit and you can't believe a word they say.
Without a doubt, yeah.
And pre-rendered trailers doubly so. But I've reached this thing where realising that I just look at pre-rendered trailers as just being kind of really short films.
No, I get that.
And so I can just appreciate them for what they are on their own. And so that one's really good. Like this, it really started with the Dark Souls 2 trailer, which is actually one of the best things about Dark Souls 2.
That's pretty much the best thing about Dark Souls 2.
Because it just encapsulates everything I love about the series in a pre-rendered trailer. And so it's just like a 2-minute little
No, it is fun.
Yeah.
I do like that. That's pretty much... I'm not going to sit there and go, this trailer means that obviously Dawn of War 3 is going to be good, because fuck knows. There's no way we can tell that. But the actual, the short story... mini-film, as you say, is fucking beautiful, and I love it.
Plus, you see people taking on Dreadnoughts and Imperial Knights taking on whatever the Eldar Titans are called. I've never been able to remember what they're called.
I don't know, Kawaii Walkers or something?
Something like that. But, yeah,
So that's what we've been doing, the Dawn of War 3 trailer.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for joining us.
We've just been watching that solid for 2 weeks.
So much so that we forgot about it until 2 minutes into our fucking podcast. Yeah, that sounds like us.
Although, one thing that a lot of people have noticed and have been a little bit concerned about is that it does seem like there's only going to be 3 factions, those being Eldar, Orcs, and Space Marines. But, to be honest, I don't really see that as being inherently so much of a problem, partially because they tend to lean quite heavily in 40k games on the narrative thing of... a race is invading this planet, but secretly, actually, Chaos are doing something in the background.
It's literally always Chaos.
So, if there's not going to be Chaos there, then...
Oh no, I have a feeling that Chaos will be there. They'll probably be DLC. Or, pre-order bonus, because they're getting really fucking bad for that.
Well,
really. With the... I'm going to touch upon this quickly, but no one really cares, but whatever. The whole Call of Duty fucking... I don't know... The new one.
Infinite Warfare.
Infinite Warfare is the pre-order bonus for it is probably shit no one cares about, and a remastered version of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, which was a brilliant fucking game, and that is just go fuck yourselves, pricks. I'm not having none of that.
Well, a more pertinent example is that also presumably, I think the Dawn of War license is in Sega's hands now, because they own Relic.
Sega did snap up a lot of IPs, yeah.
Yeah, because they bought Relic.
Yeah. And
that means that the closest parallel we have to it is the Warhammer Total War Warhammer, which is still not called Total Warhammer, much to everyone's disappointment.
Total War Warhammer with the Warhammer and the Total Wars, yeah.
That has separated the Chaos, the Warriors, into a pre-order bonus.
Yeah.
And that's just really fucking douchey.
That's the shitiest shite that ever did shite.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that's not what they're going to do for Dawn of War 3.
Well, honestly, I hope that if they do, and I'm hoping they don't, but if they do, I hope everyone will just start screaming in their general direction, and that will stop. Like with the whole augment your pre-order shit with the new Deus Ex. How they basically were like, oh yeah, you know, like, if you pre-order, then, like, you can pick what you want, and if we get this many pre-orders, then we'll release it 4 days early, which was basically, hey consumers, we think you're fucking stupid, and we actively hate you. Every single one of you. I'm talking to you, Joe Smith. I fucking want your family dead. So hopefully they'll get out of that.
Well, hopefully, although it should be mentioned that, well, they didn't back down on the one for Total War Warhammer.
No,
so...
they fucking well should have, though, because that was disgusting. Still is. But whatever, I'm getting way too angry way too early.
You're getting way too angry about something that probably won't happen.
Yeah, so that's probably not good.
That's probably not
good for me and my blood pressure.
It's not a good use of your time or resources.
No, I would say not. But anyway, what have you been up to?
What have I actually been doing other than watching a trailer 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Well, I played a little bit of the Overwatch beta.
I did as well. Yeah. What were your thoughts?
It was alright.
It's alright.
It was very similar to the Battlefront beta for me, the Star Wars Battlefront beta, where I wasn't interested in it at all going into playing the beta, but I felt I might as well give it a go. And then I play it and I go, you know what? I actually had some fun here. I imagine if I had this game, the full version, I would probably have, you know, a fair bit of entertainment out of it. However, then I look at the price tag and go, yeah, not for that price, though. I mean, not as bad as Star Wars Battlefront, obviously, because that was taking the piss.
Especially because it was like, that game had like a quarter of what it should have had in it.
Yes.
Because, yeah, Battlefront 2's been announced as well, and yeah.
I'm surprised Battlefront 3 hasn't been announced at this point.
Bundled with the second one.
Yeah, as a pre-order bonus.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I quite enjoyed the Overwatch beta. As I say, I think it's like 30-odd quid, which for a multiplayer-only game that I think I would probably only play for about 10 hours or so, is a bit much for me, personally, I feel.
Well, for me, I found, like, I played it and I was in a very bad mood, so I don't think I can be completely fair about it, because I played it and I was just sitting there, like, cursing under my breath about everything.
You did come to me after you'd played it and reel off this list of grievances about it, and so when I went to play it, I had this, like, horrible feeling, like, oh god, is it really that bad? And then I played it and I was like, it's really not that bad.
No, this is the thing, it's like, I feel there are too many classes.
Yeah, I probably agree with
it's
that.
like, yeah, that's cool, but I appreciate you're doing the Dota Mobber thing, because apparently that's what makes money. I'm not a Dota Mobber player myself, as you can probably tell.
I can tell.
I hide it well.
By the way you're calling MOBAs a Dota Mobber.
Dota Mobbers, yeah, exactly. But no, it's like, I was in a bad mood. I played Reinhardt, which is just basically this big robot with no projectiles and a big hammer, and you can do shields, and for like the first, I think I had like 2 rounds and everyone just scattered and it was very kind of team building. I don't need to help my teammates, and it was just the fucking worst.
I did notice that there was a lot of very selfish play.
Yeah, and it's like, this is a team game. It's the same with Team Fortress 2, at least has it in the fucking title, and even then a lot of people still fucking miss it. But no, the Tracer made me so fucking mad. She is so irritating to me. I found her voice. She was like, oh yeah, let's go down to the fucking shippy and fucking, I don't know, Bob's your bloody aunt and uncle and fucking God knows fucking what. It was, oh Christ almighty.
You see, I don't even know.
Apples and fucking pears all the way down, and I could not stand it.
You see, I don't even know if her accent is good or bad, because her voice irritates me so much that I can't even process if it's a good, like, London accent.
I don't believe it is.
I think it's awful, but every time I hear it, I just hate it so much.
Hey, I'm a Cockney nutjob.
I don't know. Her voice does really piss me off.
It grates me. It really, because like I tried to. So you start the game, and it's like, and I'm like, okay, I want a random match, and it's like, you shouldn't really play a random match. I'm like, okay, so you should go through like training, and I'm like, okay. So I go through training, and it's like, each hero has like Dota Mobber abilities. and it's a first-person shooter. I'm like, okay, fine. And then I go, all right, that's fine. I'll go play a proper match. And it's like, you really shouldn't. You should probably go through the training thing where you run around and shoot people. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. So I run around. And, like, yeah, the first one is, like, the first tutorial kind of thing is you all just stood there and it's like, press forward to walk forward. And I'm like, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got that, yeah. And it's like, oh, aim at Tracer. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh my god. Because I'd never heard her speak before.
Yeah.
Her design is okay. It's like, she's just there. I don't know. It's just, yeah, she's definitely been designed. But whatever. I think I'm having my my opinions of her tainted because she is just so fucking shrill and irritating.
Yeah.
And like she's just screaming and carrying on. I was like, oh my god, fuck this. I did try and play as her once, and it was so irritating. I literally got myself killed just so I didn't have to play as her anymore. I just kind of like got in the middle of it, and like, I wish she'd shut up, and I just stood still. Which I'm sure my teammates loved me for.
I'm sure they were super happy to have you on their side.
To be fair, I don't think they even realised it was a team game, so...
There is that. I mean, I will say the actual production values of it are really, really good. Like, the actual...
Oh, no, they are quite up there.
Like, the visuals and the sound design, they're all really, really good. I was really impressed, and it seems to run really quite well, even on our PC, which is getting on now. So that was, like, I was impressed. I'd say not impressed enough to pay full price for it.
No,
but, you know, still impressed.
No, I mean, like, I had a big problem with it, like, before we played it. Because I was on the Battle.net launcher. I was talking to a friend of mine about it. And I was like, oh, I'll see how much it is. And it was like, hey, buy it for like 60 quid. And I was like, fucking 60 quid? Piss off. And he was like, no. That's the special version. It didn't show the standard version anywhere on that page. And I'm just like, okay.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, I remember that. It was...
Because that made me so angry.
Yeah, it was if you clicked on like the buy it now or pre-order now, it took you by default to the special edition page, and you then had to go and find the standard edition page after that.
It was just like, you presumptuous fucking pricks.
It's a bit scummy, Blizzard.
Oh, Blizzard are scum.
Wow.
I mean, I am in their thrall. Pardon my pun. But, like, you know, with WoW, I know that. I'm not proud of it, but I am. But, like, another thing that did kind of bug me about Overwatch, although I don't know how much of this was just I was in a bad mood, was that the writing sucks.
That's just Blizzard for you.
That's literally just Blizzard, because I personally think that Blizzard couldn't write their way out of a cardboard box.
And I would agree with you.
Yeah. They do this thing where they think that referencing shit is writing and is funny. It is not.
Referencing shit is only funny when we do it.
Yeah, it's only cool when, like, you do it. Like, you know what I mean. But yeah, I digress.
No, I agree. I had that same problem. That, I mean, I didn't have quite the same problem with the character's dialogue that you did, because your diatribe you went on when you came to me talking about the game was like, it was, they might as well have just come on and denied the Holocaust. Like, that's the level of offence you were taking with how bad the writing was.
Yeah.
And then when I heard it, I was like, well, it's not great. It's not funny, but it's okay. Mm. It's better than fucking Gearbox's attempts at humour. But,
oh, we won't talk about that. One character I like was McCree, because it's high noon. That's literally it.
It's high noon.
It's high noon. I like that. I couldn't do a thing with him, but I thought he was kind of cool. Because he was literally James Masters, or whatever his name is, from Red Dead Redemption.
Is it James Marsden?
Marsden? I can't remember, because I honestly played that game up until you got a horse, and then I rage quit, and I haven't played it since. Yes. Because that was too much.
Yeah, I really didn't like how the horses handled that.
No, but yeah, yeah.
Do you want to tell people what the high noon thing's about?
No.
You don't want to tell them about that one thing that you found that makes that joke make sense?
I can't remember what it is,
It's
actually.
a Twitter account.
Yeah. I knew that. I thought you were, like, maybe probing me for some kind of, like, I don't know, sleeper cell kind of information that I had, maybe?
No.
Because I don't think I'm a sleeper cell, but then again, I don't think any sleeper cells probably know that they're sleeper cells, and I wouldn't, what would the point of that be?
I don't know, but I thought that maybe you might feel like mentioning that Twitter account that someone set up where they are McCree from Overwatch, and at noon every single day they make a tweet that is, it's high noon.
Oh, yeah. That's probably why I like the character so much. Nothing to do with Blizzard, it's just that Twitter account. What else have you been doing?
If you actually do watch the videos we make...
I'm in them.
Yes. So well, I didn't mean you as in you, I meant you as in the people listening to this.
You the people.
You the people.
Okay.
Watched our latest Snipe Mod play, which was on Lords of the Fallen.
It was indeed.
Which is a...
Souls-esque action game.
Yeah, it's very obviously aping the Souls series. And it came out, I think it came out just after Dark Souls 2, well, a bit after Dark Souls 2.
I honestly don't remember. So.
And it apes the style of it, right down to, when you die, you have to go get your experience back from wherever you died. You have a stamina bar, and you have to carefully manage that in order to take people down. There's backstabs, parries, all that kind of stuff. It plays very, very similar to a Souls game. And we obviously played it for an episode, and it was funny because we went into it not really knowing how much we'd like it, because I'd heard so many different things about it. I'd heard people say that it is just unmitigated shit, fuck it, I hate it. And I'd heard some people saying that the changes to the formula that had been done, they actually really liked. Like, it's a bit slower, a lot of people like the slower pace because they found it easier to manage. Or that they really like the aesthetic, which feels like Warhammer Fantasy, more than like the more classical
40k.
Well, no, more like the more classical Dark Souls.
Yeah, I know.
Style, and yeah, so we got into it, and
I think it could have used a few more iterations before it was published. A little bit more tweaking.
Yeah, I've had problems trying to work out how much I like it or don't like it.
I feel quite neutral about it. I just kind of feel like, yeah, you tried to pull off a Dark Souls, but you can't do it. Sorry. You tried, but you didn't get it right.
Yeah, I mean, like, aesthetically, there's a lot of things it does better than Dark Souls. That is true. Like, little things like when the character speaks, their mouths actually move. Which is one of those tiny things that you realise that you've just got used to playing From Software's games, of just really minor things that the video game industry started doing as standard around 2003.
Yeah.
And they just haven't caught up with for some reason.
From is From.
From is From. And yeah, it's a lot slower and it's a lot vaguer. Like, you know how when you target someone in a Souls game, like, it really latches to them really solidly. Like, the camera is pointed directly at them. It is as if the camera is glued to them almost. Whereas that's not really so much the case in this one. It's a little bit hazy. Like, there's a lot of movement in the camera, which it makes the whole thing feel a little bit sway-y. Like, it's always moving.
Swayze.
Yeah, it's a bit. It feels very Patrick Swayze.
Okay.
It all moves around and it feels vague. And it's so slow that, especially coming from playing a lot of Dark Souls 3, which is fast even for the Souls series, not fast compared to Bloodborne, obviously, but to the mainline Souls series.
Yeah.
It's very fast. And so going from that to Lords of the Fallen, it was a shock, because I'm like, I could have landed like 3 hits in the time it took to make this one axe blow. And yeah, I mean, honestly, we got to the second boss when we were recording a video for it, but none of the footage of me fighting that second boss made it in, because I just started getting really, really pissed off with it. And it wasn't funny pissed off, it was just, I was being a shit about it. I was just angry.
Well, in your defense, it was an appallingly designed boss fight, really. The boss has a shield and like a pike or something.
I think he has a big sword.
He has a weapon as well as a shield. And he turns quickly, fires out shield kind of like projectiles, and summons ads. To its credit, when he summoned the ads, he does kind of just sit there in a weird phalanx and not really do anything for a certain amount of time. So that's something. But yeah, and like, you hit him and it does nothing, really. It does fucking no damage.
Yeah, you do very, very little of his health bar.
It's not as if it's easy to hit the motherfucker either. So it's just like, because you're so quick, you'll just like snap around and be like, no. And like, it's hard to figure out where exactly his shield is protecting him, because like the amount of times you hit him on a flank and it was like, oh no, the shield's there. And it's like, it's fucking not though. It was a bit iffy.
Yeah, I think that the big problem is that this slower pace, the slower pace the whole game has, I think it works okay for just minions, just regular enemies around. Like, it just becomes a slower, slightly more methodical Dark Souls, which is fine. But when it comes to the bosses, I think that's when it starts to fall apart a bit, because it's so slow, and because the enemies also they are slower than Souls enemies as well to match up, so it's not completely unfair. But because everything's slowed down, it means that whereas if you're fighting a boss fight in a Souls game, in a real Souls game, and you are shit at that fight, like you haven't quite got it yet, then you're going to die in like a minute at most. You're going to last a minute before that thing is just going to dominate you, and
Death
gradually,
will be swift, yeah.
You'll get better and better and better, and eventually be able to take it down. And your final run will probably only take a couple of minutes. The problem with this is because everything's slower. It means that a fight where you don't know what you're doing and you're slowly basically every time this thing like does something to you, you're taking damage. Then it's going to take like 10-15 minutes for it to actually kill you. So it feels like the boss fights feel like they're wasting your time, and I think that's the big problem with this slower pace. Now, I mean, when we were recording it, I never beat it because I just got too pissed off with it to do it. But I did go back, I think the next day, and went and beat the boss because then I wasn't talking and I could really think about what I was doing, and I was able to beat it, with, well, I say relative ease. I did it the first time going back into it, but I did do it first time with the smallest amount of health left I could have. Okay. And with no whatever its version of Estus is, I don't remember.
Health potions.
Yeah. And then got to like the next bonfire in inverted commas.
Next fire, fucking whatever it is. The weird modern art installation that you go put your dick in.
And yeah, I played a little bit more and then encountered an enemy that looked no different to enemies I'd been fighting for the last hour, but could one-shot me, I found out.
Okay.
Which was an interesting lesson to learn. That's another problem because it starts off with characters... Like, the first enemy you face is like a 10-foot tall warrior of chaos. So it means that when you encounter 10-foot tall warriors of chaos, you don't respect them. Because they're to you, they're like the minor enemies in the game.
They're the little imps that are just an annoyance.
So when you encounter one later, I'm not intimidated by it. And it doesn't... And you can't... Like, you've got to start small so you've got somewhere to go. So you can make them bigger and more impressive. But when you start off with like the size of an elite enemy, then when I see someone that size again, I'm not intimidated.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a problem. But yeah, the thing is that all these little changes they've made, so stuff like being able to bank your souls and the checkpoints work different.
That when you die, you have a time limit to go and get your souls back. Well, your experience back, because your ghost is like hanging out with it. And you've got to get back to your ghost within the allotted time, and it's just like, I get the risk-reward thing, but it just feels a little strange.
Yeah, and I don't know how much of the stuff in it, like, I actually don't like, or how much of it is just, it's different from the mainline Souls games, and so I don't like it, because I don't like change. I don't know how much is one and how much is the other.
Yeah.
So that's I still don't really know how I feel about it, which is, yeah, it's kind of annoying, because I really wanted to like it.
No, I get you, because it's kind of like Viking Souls.
Yeah, and it's...
But it is West City Interactive, which...
Oh, yeah, it is, yeah.
They've made some fucking shit. So, but I'm props to them. This is a game that's functional.
It's not like it's FBI
confidential
murder. Yeah.
Fucking whatever it is. Oh my god.
That first game we played on the channel is complete shite.
Complete shite. But yeah, so, props to them for it not being literally the worst thing in the world. Because I did expect it to be.
Yeah, I mean, actually, it does raise the point that we've been meaning to say for a while. Because the Lords of the Fallen was gifted to us.
It was.
By Soul of Lemon.
Yeah.
Thank you, by the way. And we feel that sometimes it's we need to say something about when people have gifted us things. Please, please, please don't take it personally if we put out a video about a game that you've bought us and we say that it's shit. Like, the game is shitty, or we just don't like it, or it's a negative, review, for want of a better term.
Yeah, it's the negative impressions.
Yeah.
We're not hating on you. You are absolutely lovely and wonderful for doing something so precious as buying us a game. And it does make you feel like a complete asshole, going, this sweet person bought us this game. That's so lovely. It's the worst thing and I want to die, but thank you. You feel so bad. I'm not saying Lords of the Fallen made me want to die, I'm just,
But it's not, it's not the worst thing we've played.
No.
Someone's bought us, but yeah, we just want to say, like, don't feel bad because either we didn't like the thing you sent us, or because you feel bad because you sent us something that we didn't enjoy.
Yeah. And don't ever feel bad if we don't like something that you do like, because everything is subjective. So, yeah. If we don't like something, then that doesn't mean we think you're stupid for liking it.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. And ultimately, even if you have sent us something that we end up not liking, it is still a video and an experience that we wouldn't have previously been able to do/have.
Yeah, and
so
we're very grateful for that.
Yeah, so we're very appreciative for all those things. So we just felt that needed to be said, because it's something which we've had to kind of struggle with a bit, because it took us a while before we felt like we could, like, when someone sent us something, we'd feel really, really, really bad about it if we said anything negative about it.
To be fair, I still do.
Well, yeah.
Drinking helps.
Yeah, it does wash away the pain.
Well, for a while.
For a while. It's a hard life as this YouTube blog.
Oh god, like, life is so hard.
People in third world countries, they have to walk like 20 miles just to get a drink of water. Now, where is my Live Aid?
Oh god.
Okay, I'm going to stop there.
Chill the fuck out, Geldof, okay? Before I fucking slap you one, okay?
Those guys, they don't know my pain.
Okay, we should stop talking about how you suffer.
I suffer.
Is there anything else you've been up to?
There is one thing.
Seeing as this is apparently the Wib podcast today.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright.
Pretty much.
Well, I just wish you'd told me. I'm fine with it, but I like to be informed.
It's okay. When I'll make the thumbnail and I'll just cross out. Actually, no, on the thumbnails it doesn't say our names anywhere.
Oh,
so it's fine.
just write it over in, like, I don't know, something really classy, like Comic Sans. Just Wib.
This
just in the middle, like, instead of the MisanthroWib. There we go. That's all we'll do.
Just the title of it will be just this is Wib.
Wib.
What are we talking about? Anyway, I started a new little extended project this week as well.
Alright, you massive pervert. Tell me all about it.
So there's this series that's quite popular.
Oh?
It's been around for a while. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Okay.
It's called Doctor Who.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's pretty underground.
No, I know you're like a major hipster and stuff, and you watch things that I've never heard of, and yeah, this is definitely going to go in that column.
It's not many people have heard about it. I'm hoping it's going to take off with its current incarnation.
well, tell me about Doctor What then.
Okay, Doctor Who's obviously been going on since the 60s.
Obviously.
And I tried to watch new Doctor Who for a while. When it was coming out, I watched the Christopher Eccleston series, and I watched like the first season.
That's the leather jacket Doctor.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so ninth Doctor.
Ninth.
And I watched a little bit of the David Tennant run. I think it's
the hair actor.
Yeah,
Doctor.
like a season and a half of that, and then I stopped watching. It wasn't because I hated it. It was just I was done with seeing it. It had kind of done everything. It had started to repeat itself a lot, and I was just like, yeah, I'm done with this. But I used to watch the old Doctor Who quite like as a kid because it was shown on TV all the time. But recently, I've wanted to rewatch them, but I realised that I'd never seen the really early ones. So because I'm kind of an idiot,
well, yeah,
I thought, you know what? I'm just going to watch all of the old Doctor Who's. There are 26 seasons of classic Doctor Who. And that's, like I say, that's not even including like 9 seasons or whatever of new Doctor Who, but I'm just ignoring that because who gives a shit.
Well, I can't really have a go at you for being an idiot, because when we had our Amazon Prime trial, the last week I sat there and went, I want to watch the entirety of the X-Files, and I did.
Yeah.
That's all I did, all my waking moments. So I can't really call you names, because I'm way stupider.
And at least the old Doctor Who episodes are only half an hour long.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been watching the first series, which is
that's not rough or anything.
Oh, it's rough.
It's in black and white, isn't it?
It's in black and white, and it almost feels like stage acting sometimes.
Okay.
Where, like, it sometimes feels like it's going out live, you know?
Right.
Lines are delivered a little bit weirdly, or there might be a stumble here and there, but that was because, like, back in the 60s, when it was made, like, TV was super disposable. So they didn't expect anyone would want to watch stuff again.
TV can't be, like, art. Get the fuck out of here. What you tell me that, like, movies will be, like, really good or whatever?
Well, yeah, this happens with every medium.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything was, you know, like the movies, when they were first made, like, lots of them got thrown away because
they were garbage,
because
apparently.
they assumed no one would want them. The same, I mean, hell, like, early video games, like, they were considered super disposable, so they just didn't really care, and TV was the same, and so a lot of early episodes, as well as being kind of rough, because they basically would only ever they were only ever intended to go out, like, once. I don't even think when they first put them out they were even thinking about reruns. And then they'd just store them in a room, and then periodically they'd like either just scrap ones that like film they'd made, or, you know, accidents would happen and half of the BBC's warehouse would get set on fire or whatever.
Yeah.
So it meant loads of episodes are
can
missing from the early seasons. I think it's like season 3 is the worst one affected.
So out of like 26 seasons, you've probably got what, like 12 episodes to watch?
No, it does calm down. I think the last season where anything's missing is like season 4.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of those early ones, there is a lot missing. There's like an entire story missing from the original series. And it gets worse over the next couple of seasons. But what I'm doing is to make it easier on myself, any season that's like missing, say, a significant chunk of the episodes, I'm just going to miss it out entirely.
That's probably a good idea.
If it's only got, like,
it just sounds very frustrating.
Yeah, if it's only missing like one episode, I'll watch it and try and find like a reconstruction, because they've got sound for most of the missing episodes, so people have made reconstructions using like stills or animations to basically
storyboard it.
Yeah, to kind of fill in what happened, because Doctor Who fans are crazy and
extreme fans, fans in general are crazy. I know I am one.
Yeah. Well, they developed an entirely new kind of colour restoration for, I think it's the third Doctor's run, because they were originally like filmed in colour, but they were broadcast in black and white, and so a handful of them that went missing, like, they then had to get the black and white version, then recolorise them. It's weird.
That sounds absolutely fucking adorable, though.
Yeah, no, people go to ludicrous lengths. But yeah, so I've been watching the first season, and I've been really enjoying it, because I like old sci-fi, because there's something just really adorable about how kind of crap all the effects are.
It's campy as all hell.
Yeah, and what's really surprising is that the second storyline involves the fucking Daleks. Like, I always assumed that the Daleks probably came into Doctor Who like many seasons in and then just became this iconic villain, but no, they're right from the start. I mean, they're quite different to how you see them later, because like they're literally powered by static electricity through the floor, so if you put a mat underneath them, then they basically shut down.
Is it literally like they are powered by the same kind of thing that happens if you wear socks on a carpet and drag your feet?
Basically, they work like dodgems, is how they're described as working. Which is amazing.
Yeah.
And they're kind of stuck in this one city because they need to have those metal floors so they can get the power through. And presumably, you know, when they next appear, they've got over that and have become the genocidal, insane, half-robot people.
Things.
That they later are.
Like Sir Davros from Game of Thrones.
You cannot call Sir Davos by his real name, can you?
Sir Davros? No.
But yeah, I also really like the first Doctor, because he's a belligerent old twat. And I kind of like that, because one thing I dislike about New Doctor Who is that
Well, see, New Doctor Who, it's like, if they aren't pretty boys, then no one's going to watch.
That's why was it Peter Capaldi who plays it currently?
He's a crotchety old bloke, and it's like, yeah, that's good.
I've been told I'd probably actually like his run. I've not seen any of it.
Because he's a crotchety bastard, that's why.
And to me, Doctor Who should be at least a slightly old...
He should be really handsome and wear Converse, because lol, so random holds up Spork.
Doctor Who should be a slightly older man, at the very least, preferably like borderline elderly, and also be a complete arsehole.
Yeah.
Or at least be perceived as an arsehole when he's trying, like, because that's part of his plan or whatever. Like, he's supposed to be a little alien.
No, I agree. I prefer the idea of Doctor Who when he's detached from logical human thought. So he's more like, I don't know, say a cat, where he's just a bit of a dick all the time.
Yeah.
Because he's a different species. That's just me.
No, I get you.
I don't think that just because someone's pretty that you should pay attention to something. But that's just me.
But yeah, I just thought I'd mention that I've been doing that because I'll probably periodically in podcasts in the future come back and say of how far I've got. Because I'm currently near the end of season 1.
The Doctor Who segment every 2 fucking weeks without fail.
Hey, come on! I've managed to go this entire time without having a segment dedicated to Dark Souls 3. I've mentioned it,
yeah,
but I haven't dedicated a section to it
yet. You're gonna fight me for it, though, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I should probably just let you actually say what you've been doing this week, because I have kind of monopolised this so far.
Well, I don't know. Is there time for me to tell the fine people at home what I've been doing this week?
Oh, it's fine. We actually pay for our SoundCloud now. So,
okay, then.
So we can put up these can be as long as we want.
Sorry, guys. You're in for one hell of a fucking ride. Well, I've nearly finished the second Witcher book, The Last Wish. Sorry.
So I was going to say which you're reading first.
Which I'm reading first because I've heard that's what you should read first. And I love it so much. I know I've spoken about these before, so I'll be brief. I absolutely fucking love Sapkowski's writing style. It's phenomenal. And I would probably give limbs to be able to write like that. It's fantastic. Last Wish, small series of short stories. Kind of thing. People say, read that first so you have a better idea with the first book. And I realised that I have been fucking myself over. Since I started reading The Last Wish, I have not played The Witcher 2. I realised it's because I desperately want to know everything about the backstory and read all the books before I continue playing. I think there's like a third of them that haven't even fucking translated into English yet, so I have fucking destroyed myself.
I think you're just going to have to bite the bullet and just go and plough through the rest of the Witcher games.
I know I am, but the thing is, it's like I've got to a story like when he first meets Yennefer and stuff, and I just want to beat her fucking stupid face in because she's such a nasty bastard. That's just me. Oh god, it's like... The thing, I'm going to get to The Witcher 3, and she's going to appear, and I'm just going to be like, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to stab you, I'm going to punch you in the butt, I'm just going to be so vindictive to her, which CD Projekt Red probably didn't predict, but yeah, I'm just like, I'll just finish this book, and then I'll go play The Witcher 2, and I'm like, literally, I've got one story left in The Last Wish, and then I finished it, and I'm thinking, well, you see... I've got that other book. And I'm like, no, I can't do this.
Because otherwise you'll never, ever actually beat the game.
Exactly, and the games are great, and I just got a handle on the controls when I started reading, because they're so different from the first one, and I'm like, it's not fair. And The Witcher 3's DLC's coming out, and it's just like, fuck. So, it's supposed to be like 30 hours long, and I'm like, fucking...
You haven't even started The Witcher 3.
I'm only human. Please be gentle with me. I break.
You see, what you've got to do when you're in a situation like this, you've either got to suck it up and just go, fuck it, I'll just play the games. I'll read the book and I'll play the games and I won't separate them. I won't try and get all the backstory because I can't. Or commit like a crazy person, like I did.
Learn Polish?
And just go and, that's why I've decided to watch 26 seasons of something. You either have to commit wholeheartedly or just let it go. They're the only two ways to do it.
No, I appreciate that, but Polish is quite a difficult language to learn. And I'm not very clever, so... Yeah, a good few of them haven't been translated, so it's like... I need this.
So I think you're just going to have to go play the games.
I think I'm just going to have to go play the games, and I will report back, and I will fight you for the Dark Souls spot with my Witcher slot. And we can fight to the death, bare-fisted, in a minefield, and it'll be amazing.
In fairness, there wasn't a Dark Souls slot in the first few episodes of this, but there was a Witcher slot in the first few episodes of this.
Okay, listen here, Dark Souls boy. And Doctor Who boy now, come on, I need something.
I'll eventually just replace it with just old British sci-fi section, because I talked about, what was it, Space 1999.
Fucking, okay, you know what? Just go get your own podcast where you talk about old fucking British sci-fi, okay? Go call up a few people and be like, would you like to talk about old British sci-fi with me? And then when you're just literally just going to sit there on your own and talk about it.
Hey guys, here is my 5-part retrospective on Blake 7.
Yeah, that's what I can imagine it becoming, basically.
Have you been playing any video games outside and apart from, just reading?
Yeah, I know. What the fuck is wrong with me, right? I've been playing Dark Souls 3. All that bitching. And I'm like, ugh. No, I started a new character because I have not completed a Dark Souls game yet, but it doesn't mean I don't enjoy the ride. My main character is a knight, and oh shit, where is she? I can't even remember where I am with her.
Do you know what was the last boss you fought?
I'm on Pontiff Sullivan. I have not been able to get past that guy because fucking hell.
He's pretty tough.
Oh, he's pretty solid. So I was just like, well, I want a sorcerer. So I started a sorcerer and my first male character as well. Honestly, the only reason I got him is because you can get a call over emote where your character goes, hey! And the mature male voice is so fucking funny when it's hey! And I'm just like, that is the funniest fucking shit. I need this, which is why I rolled a male guy.
So it's a reasonable reason.
Yeah. And, like, I kind of fucking around in the starting areas, and it was just awful as a caster. It is awful.
I've heard it's that sorcery and faith builds are really weak at the start of Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, they are. So I was like, this is so impossibly difficult. Like, even for a Dark Souls game, it was just getting to the point where it's so hard it wasn't fun. So I rolled him again as a knight, and I thought, fuck it, I'll just dump a fuck ton of shit into intelligence and attunement later in the game.
Yeah, just respec him later.
Just respec him later, it'll be easy. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. On my first one, like, all of the characters are dead, basically, because I just didn't know where to go, or what to do, or what to say.
Well, if it helps, a lot of them aren't dead, they're just not there anymore.
I know, and that's somehow worse. So I've come back because I'm like, okay, I'm not letting a single person go without my help. I need these people to be okay.
Are we even going to protect patches?
No. Okay, I said I wanted them alive, not like I actively hated all of the other characters but one. Because, man, fuck patches. But yeah, so I've been a massive hypocrite having a go at Dark Souls 3, because that's pretty much all I've been playing as well.
Yeah.
But no, like, I decided to try invading a few people, purely because when I take invasions personally. Well, I take them personally when they don't do them the way I think is correct. So the way I feel is correct, because, I am correct, and if you don't do this, I'm going to punch you in the butt, is you invade somewhere. If they're mid-fight, you wait. You wait until they're finished, so that the arena is clear. You bow, or greet them in some way, and then you wait until you're both ready, and then you fight. You don't use Estus, and you stay in that area. And whoever wins, wins. I've been beaten by a person like that, and I wasn't even upset. I was like, no, that was a good fight. They didn't use the Estus, they waited until I cleared, they did everything completely exactly how you should do it. But fucking, okay, I got invaded by, like, so many mound makers. At the start of the game, it's mainly mound makers that do this, in my experience, where they'll invade you, and they will cheap you the fuck out. They will chug Estus, they will fucking throw shit at you from behind loads of enemies. They will run into an area where it's full of difficult enemies to fucking fight and just wait there like dickheads. I've had that so much, and I got so fed up with that I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to invade people just so I can show them how to do it properly.
You'll become what you hate.
No, I don't hate invaders, I just wish they'd do it right. Like, I had this really great one when I was summoned to this person's world in that fucking swamp. That poison swamp.
Farron Keep.
Farron, fuck off. But yeah, and like we went up to the top, and that's where the invader had spawned. And they were there on the balcony at like the top of this lift, and I was like, oh, okay. So I walk forward and I bow, because I'm polite. And like the host walks forward and just sits down. And I'm like, okay, so it's going to be me and this guy. And this guy left the host alone and fought me. It was awesome! And, like, the one I've won as well, but it's like, even then, if I lose in that kind of way, I don't mind. Because it's like, look, at least you're being respectful about it, you know? I appreciate that. So yeah, I got, like, quite pissed off because I invaded a few people and they were just like, fucking run at you, and I'm like, look, can you just, like, at least bow to me, or just kind of, come on, courtesy. I know I've invaded you, but for fuck's sake. So yeah, I've just been getting really anal about invasions in Dark Souls.
I've noticed. I actually had my favourite invasion the other day.
Oh?
I was in the, I always forget what it's called. It's where, like, is it Archdragon Peak? I don't know.
Probably.
All the different...
Something to do with the dragons.
Yeah, it's the dragon place. It's one of the hidden like optional areas where you
Spoilers,
fight
by the way.
the Nameless King.
Spoilers, by the way.
Oh, it's fairly widely known.
Whatever.
And I was there, and I was just grinding souls, and then I got invaded, and I like right next to the bonfire at the second bonfire there.
Oh yeah.
And it's like on a thin, precarious little bit that just leads off into the void on one side, and then leads into an area with like an enemy who can endlessly summon like a powerful knight character.
Oh, you mean a bullshit fucking enemy.
I got invaded there, and I really could not be asked to deal with an invasion. So what I did was I did the stretch out emote, which is where you just lie flat on the ground.
Oh, you just kind of lie there, just going, I feel like garbage.
Yeah, and your arms are splayed out, like you just lay out on the ground. So I did that just right in the door where it leads into the main place, right next to the bonfire.
Yeah.
And then the invader came down and like looked at me and like did a bow, which was nice.
That's a good start.
But I was in no mood to deal with an invader. So I just lay there. And then so he was kind of standing there, and he was like you know, switching his weapons, like trying to just kind of make me do something.
Like, hey, look, I've got weapons. And you're like, I don't fucking care.
And I just lay there, and then after like 30-40 seconds, he eventually pulled out like a great fireball or something, a pyromancy, and then hurled it at me. At which point I rolled out the way, because you can instantly roll from an emote. So I avoided that, and then he was like, okay. And then I just kept dropping the little carvings that say "I'm sorry" over and over and over again, until the guy came round the corner and just looked at me for a while. And I wasn't guarding or anything, I was just standing perfectly still, and he kind of just looked at me for a while, because obviously at this point he didn't know what I was, because I was just weirding him out.
Why are you like this?
So he waited a while and then threw a throwing knife at me, which is the one time I pulled my shield up just to block that all of a sudden. And then at that point I felt he was sufficiently weirded out enough that then that's when I did my ace in the hole, which is the Farron Greatsword, which is what I just happened to be wielding at the time. If you hit L1 with that while you're two-handing it...
What, your weapon arts?
No, it's not your weapon arts, it's
Okay.
It's L1, it's normally your block.
Okay.
But when you're wielding it two-handed, it does this crazy, like, spin where you dig a dagger into the ground and spin around on the spot, wielding the greatsword around you like you're a whirling dervish. And there's like a combo where you do it like twice and then leap into the air and then slam it down on the ground. And PvP people don't tend to know what to do with that.
Can you fucking blame
So
them?
after weirding this guy out for like a minute and a half because he couldn't work out whether I was going to fight him or not, I then just completely destroy him with this one over-the-top ludicrous combo. I think when he was like, once I'd killed him, I laid back down on the floor again. So.
I would have gone, I'm sorry, and just lied on the floor.
So that amused me, because
that honestly makes you sound like you've got the biggest dick in Dark Souls as well. So
when I can't be bothered to deal with invaders, I like to mess with them. So even if they kill me, then I've inconvenienced them.
Yeah, no, there's like that really great video where the branch thing, someone like uses one of those and like is the most obvious chair. Where is it? Where you fight the armor. The armor on that rickety bridge where you can get knocked off the side. The one that you were doing on stream and just kept doing and just kept dying at.
That bridge isn't rickety.
Like, you get knocked off the sides.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sorry, that's what threw me. Because I was thinking of the one where you fight the skeletons.
Yeah.
That's Dragon Rider armor.
Yeah. Like where you fight Dragon Rider armor. Like they literally just turned into a chair in like the corner of the courtyard in the middle of like bushes. The host and the phantom they'd summoned were like looking for them and just couldn't find them, and they ran past and they were hanging around like this lift, and they turned around like they pop off the disguise of being a chair, and then cast a spell at them and knock them both down the fucking lift hole.
Excellent.
It was like, that is beautiful. That was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, apart from Dark Souls 3 and being a massive fucking hypocrite, we played that gig at that farm.
Yeah, that
with
was
the
weird.
horses and ducks and chickens and dogs that were dickheads.
Yeah, we played a gig and got to pet a horse.
Well, it was a really nice horse. I mean, there was like 1 million horses there, but like, to be fair, that involved walking. So...
There was one that was close to us, so we pet the horse that was closest.
He was a nice horse. I thought he was lovely. So yeah, that was weird, because like, it was a friend of Dicko and Zoe's, our saxophone player and our lead singer, his birthday party.
Yeah.
And because he lived on a farm, he was like, fuck it, I'll have a festival. So he just basically got all the bands he knew and was like, play here for my birthday. And we were like, yeah, right. So we did. And everyone there was so fucking wankered. They were all fucking off their tits on God knows what, and booze. It was such a sweet atmosphere, because everyone was so like, they'd been reduced to a 5-year-old mentally because of all the drug and alcohol they had.
Which is, funnily enough, the type of people that enjoy our music the most.
Exactly.
It's great for us.
Yeah, they got really excited when we were playing. It was like, oh, you ignorant bastards.
My
Bless you.
My favourite guy that was there was one guy who was so off his face on, I don't even want to speculate what substances were in his body, that... There was some hay put in front of the stage, because bands are very moist and you need something to absorb that, I guess.
We are basically akin to farm animals.
Yeah. And he just lay down on all the hay and just started... He just like lay down flat on it, like he was using the stretch out emote. Yeah. And then just kind of
Did he get invaded?
It was almost like he was trying to make hay angels and just smushing it into his hair. Until like 2 kindly people came and picked him up and put him on a chair and were like...
This? I didn't see that, but I saw him on the chair because he sat there moving his arms and legs like he was like treading water.
I didn't see that.
Looking euphoric, and it's like, man, you must be having one hell of a time, mate.
We probably sound fantastic to you.
So yeah, that was pretty fun.
We also got to do the premiere of our newly reworked song.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's a very, very serious song,
yes.
very power ballady, because we're serious musicians.
We played a song a very long time ago, and we then forgot about it.
No, it was very painful and emotional to play for us on stage, live.
Yeah. So
we weren't at a level of emotional maturity to be able to cope with playing that live at that time.
That's true. But we reworked the song, changing things around a little bit, and have got a new version of it that is like we consider the definitive version of it.
Absolutely.
And this is a powerful power ballad that is called "Grandma Saw My Dick Today."
Yeah.
And it is about the song's protagonist, which is, let's be honest, Dicko.
It's always Dicko.
Going round to his grandma's house,
stopping the night, as a good grandson,
as
a
good
grandchild
grandson
is wont to do,
and feeling a bit randy, having a bit of a fiddle with himself, and then his grandma walks in, and the hilarity that ensues.
Oh, it goes exactly where you'd expect. What are we, fucking poets? Come on. 90% of our songs about dicks, time traveling, dinosaurs, and Fallout. What do you want from us?
Yeah.
So yeah, that went down pretty well, especially because like beforehand I was like, I basically threatened Dicko. I was like, if you don't point at the birthday boy and go, dude, we wrote this because of you, because this is a thing that happened to you, I'm gonna fucking hurt you. So he did, which the audience quite enjoyed, especially because like they were singing along with pretty much every song that we played to varying degrees of correctness, which I really love the effort there.
What I like is that with Grandma Saw My Dick Today, they invented a harmony to sing along to it.
It's like, you guys should be in the band.
It's like, guys, we haven't written a harmony, you've just invented one. Excellent.
Thank you very much.
How have you all done this? Because I couldn't hear you, because I was playing, it's like, I'm next to my amp, it's fucking loud. I could only hear you when it all drops out at the end. And it was like, okay, they invented a harmony. Fantastic.
No, good on them. It was good. Like I say, they should probably be in the band.
Probably.
Yes.
They should just be the band.
They should be the band. Don't worry, they can be in the next band.
They can be in the next band. Have you been doing anything else?
Oh, not really.
You're not even going to mention the fact that you're actually being a healthy person?
Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm what I could call healthy.
Like how after giving up smoking and caffeine, you've now started running.
Yeah, I run in the mornings now, which is something I never thought I'd do. I always kind of wanted to, but, my parents, I went out for my first jog. My first ever jog. And it was hard, and it was grueling, and I was, dead. But I was proud. I was like, wow, it's fucking someone who's been smoking for a very, very long time. I didn't think I could do that. That's really cool. And then I posted on Facebook going, yeah, I'm really happy. And my mum immediately messaged me going, there's been people attacked, right? Like, oh my god, you're being really quite stupid. And I'm like, okay, Mum. Yeah, that's pretty much why I didn't run for the longest fucking time. Because that kind of attitude.
Yeah. It's
not to put too fine a point on it.
It's not helpful.
It's not helpful. Yes, the night is dark and full of terrors, yes, I know, but I need to go outside occasionally. But, yeah, I've been running. I got a little app for my phone that tracks, so I'm basically treating it like I'm stat grinding. That's literally what gets me up at 6 a.m. every day.
It is one of those apps where you can do your route and then write a rude word or draw a penis in your route if you try hard enough.
I could do, but I'm still working on my stamina. So I need to wait until I'm quite used to it before I start drawing dicks in my GPS.
To get the sufficient detail on the penis so that you're satisfied with it, you need more stamina.
Yeah, I do. I need more stamina for the penis.
How do you draw the mandatory blobs of jizz out the end of it? Do you have to, jump really far?
Oh, I don't know, because it does track your GPS, so I think I just have to do, droplets.
Okay. You could invent teleportation, that might work too.
I could.
Or
I don't know if it's teleportation compatible.
Put your phone in a lead box and then hide it until it can't pick up the GPS signal.
Okay.
And then go far enough that you can make the gap, then take it out, then do the blob of jizz, and then put it back in again, and then do another blob of jizz. Then that's how you do it. Yeah.
That's actually quite an interesting idea. I might try that. I need to get a solid lead box first, but
Well, it's something to think about.
Yeah. I have a topic I'd like to bring up.
Okay.
I want to talk about Doom 4. Because I'm incapable of calling it Doom, because that's the worst thing about the new Doom, is that it's stupid.
Is that its name means it's really hard to distinguish from the original Doom.
Yeah, basically. But I want to talk about Doom 4, because I am a really cynical bastard.
This is true.
I am painfully cynical. It can be used to my advantage sometimes, where, something will come out and I'll go, no, I reserve judgment, it's probably going to be completely shit. And then it turns out it's really good, and I'm like, yes, this is awesome. This also means that when something comes out that, because I think pretty much everything's going to be shit until proven otherwise, and everyone hypes up something, as marketing tends to do, I can sit there and go, it'll probably be shit, and then it comes out and is shit, and I go, well, yeah, I'm right. So,
you're expecting it.
I'm expecting it, so it's like I don't get a massive blow. I appreciate that's an incredibly optimistic way to be as pessimistic as I am, but shut up.
Once pessimism goes around far enough, it becomes optimism.
Yeah, exactly. So, Doom 4 came out, yesterday, I think. At the time of recording.
Yes, I think so. Maybe the day before. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't fucking know. And people are being really positive about it. I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. So, I've seen some first impressions videos that actually make it look really good. I mean, I wasn't completely sold on the multiplayer when I played it, but the single player does look pretty interesting. I mean, it looks like a lot of fun, especially because, in the multiplayer, there were hints of return to formula with the old classic kind of first-person shooter game.
Yeah.
A lot of modern-day first-person shooters are very slow, methodical, or Call of Duty where everything has to be exploding constantly, and fuck you, there's no quiet time because bleh. And it's all very hand-holdy, and I hate that term, but you know what I mean?
It's a sensible way of describing it.
Yeah, and it's quite slowly paced, whereas the
old... sightseeing tour is what's often referred to as.
That's pretty good, yeah. And after seeing, a couple of people play it, and just, it starts, and it's literally, here's your gun, go kill things. And I'm like, oh, that's good. That's Doom.
Yeah.
And I hate myself that I've gotten quite hyped about this, because I'm like, oh my goodness, watching gameplay of it, I'm just going, oh my god, this is beautiful. This is violent, and like they've got the cool like Space Marine thing, which a few games do, where you do finisher moves to get a bit of health back, which increases the pace. You can keep up the pace if you're healing when you're. It's like, oh yes,
it's things like Bloodborne in it as well, where it promotes aggressive tactics by rewarding you for it.
And I'm just like, yes, this is playing Doom at the time as a little girl. I was like, yes, this is what I remember. This is the Doom I love. Yes. I can't say for sure, obviously, because I haven't actually played it, but Christ, if it doesn't look gorgeous.
Yeah, it's not like you were getting hyped for a game that hasn't come out yet, which is bad, because ultimately, you know, the hype cycle, and most games that come out are kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Well, they're not shitty.
They're aggressively average.
But the hype culture surrounding them makes them sound like they're going to be like the next era of gaming, and they just blatantly aren't.
Yeah.
But getting hyped for a game that's come out and you've seen a lot of footage of and you know what you're getting into is a far more sensible thing to get excited about.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it's like there's like a little bit of the intro where like you're in an elevator, and like this is like in the start, and this is like the slowest it gets, and like that old, because you know, like old Doom music was just like, let's rip off fucking Slayer.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it was awesome. They kind of, it's like that, but it's a little bit more modern, and it starts like building up, and then like you see like the text flickering and stuff like that, and it's like Doom, and then like it cuts to you back in the elevator, and it ends on a shotgun cocking, and I was like, this is perfect.
So yeah,
that is so perfect,
because the shotgun cock is in time with the music.
Yeah, and it just cuts it off, and I'm like, I could weep at how beautiful that is. I need this in my life. And my favourite fucking part, oh my god, I tweeted about this today, because I use the social medias.
You do sometimes?
Sometimes I do. To greater or lesser extent. Where I saw some gameplay, and like, Doom guy fell in lava, and it's kind of like arms writhing and being on fire, and then the last thing is his right hand, like, giving the thumbs up, and I'm like, I literally squeed. I was like, oh my god. I need this game.
For the younger people in our audience, that is a reference to the movie Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 is one of the best fucking movies of all time, and I fucking love it, and I want the entirety of that movie tattooed on my face so I can make everyone's day better by just being there. And Doom 4 referenced it, and in such a perfectly stupid Doom-style way, and I love that.
You did forget to mention the absolute best thing about Doom 4, though.
What might that be?
That would be the video that Polygon put out.
Yes.
Do you want to describe that to the people if they haven't seen it, or should we do it? Should we do it? Should I do it?
I mean, I'm only human, so I'm going to try. Okay, so Polygon put up a video of a 30-minute gameplay footage of Doom 4 on PS4. And it's not very good. The person playing it is, bad at video games. You can tell they're playing on a controller, and it honestly feels like they're somebody's mum. Because they don't, like, okay, so you can tell by the way it's set up that Doom 4 is supposed to be quite snappy, quite quick. You constantly keep moving. It's a lot like, Doom and Doom 2, in fact, where you just keep moving. You got hypermobility that's how you get shit done. Ultra-violence, hurt me plenty, let's do this.
Good old school...
old school fucking
like
first-person shooters. That's the joy of it. They take this game at a snail's fucking pace. They can't aim. They can't fucking aim to save their lives. Like, in the first room, they are wandering around. They're not strafing. They're basically standing still and firing at one point and missing constantly. And it's just like, if someone had told me that they did this to troll the internet, I'd believe it, because it's so outrageously bad. Yeah. And as the video goes on, they get worse.
It's truly fascinating to watch, because, like, I have sympathy, because ultimately... we're people that put our video game playing on the internet. You see footage of us playing, and sometimes we're less than perfect.
No, this is
shocking.
true.
I know that we can be less than perfect. I mean, hell, the last video that was put up on the channel was us explaining how we're idiots and bad at video games.
Well, yeah, this is the thing. We never proclaimed to be good at video games, but at the same time, if we were to do a 30-minute gameplay fucking trailer, we do a damn sight better than that. It's like, I'm not, like, angry, and I don't think the person should be fucking fired or punished or anything,
no.
you know, I'm just like, there is no way they got to the end of that recording session, looked at that footage and went, that's okay, because it fucking isn't. It's like, you're not paying attention to how cool Doom 4 looks, you're paying attention to how they can't hit fucking shit. They end up walking past things, meleeing, and then kind of standing there for a second going, wait, no, I was shooting at a guy while the thing's wailing on him.
It's fascinating.
And then they step back, and then, it's really distracting. It's like, they do die as well. And like, they have this obsession with the pistol. And the pistol, it's like, no, dude, the pistol is your sidearm. You've got a shotgun. Use the shotgun. The shotgun's that's the big daddy. That's what you want to be using. Why is it always swapping to the pistol? And you're just like, you have a shotgun with a spread. Use that. You'll hit way more targets than you will with your little pistol pea shooter. But yet they're always just swapping back to it, and it's like, and they have a thing of backing up with the pistol. So they're constantly backpedaling while firing and missing literally everything. I
think that the problem is that they never really got it into their head that you're supposed to be aggressive.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so you've picked someone in the Polygon offices that is probably 16 years old, or I don't know, never played the old school Dooms or anything like that, or Quake. Quake was the worst for being just hyperkinetic.
Or Painkiller would be a more contemporary version of that kind
it's like,
of game.
Okay, the person who's played this has obviously never played one of these. Or maybe they have, but they've never played the PS... they don't play first-person shooters on consoles or something?
Possibly, because admittedly, if I was to play Doom on a console, I'd probably play it just as badly, because I never play first-person shooters on consoles.
But you'd also sit there and go, this is really bad.
I also wouldn't upload it.
It's also one of... they've disabled the like and dislikes bar and the comments on the video.
I'm not fucking surprised.
No, I'm not at all.
What I really, really want, though, and this is a project for the entire internet, if no one's done it, is I want someone to take that entire video.
Okay.
I want them to take it, and then what I want them to do is to get quotes from Darkside Phil, and then to overdub the Doom footage with quotes from him. Because watching Doom Guy missing hits, like when really obvious targets he should be getting, and then screaming "God damn it, Kojima" would be that's just what I want in my life.
You're only saying that because that's literally what I was doing halfway through the fucking gameplay video.
Also,
oh my god, it's so stupid.
You don't have to like put footage of him having a wank though on the start of the video. I'd actually appreciate it if you didn't do that.
I had to explain to a friend of mine about that, because on Miitomo it was like, so what news has been interesting lately? And I put that down, and he was like, so what's all that about? And I'm like, dude, you don't want to fucking know.
So did you have to explain about the concept of Darkside Phil to him before explaining for him wanking on live stream?
Yeah.
That must have been a fun conversation you had.
It wasn't very fun. It was funny hearing my me say it out loud, but that was about it.
Yeah.
What about that amazing new game that we're all really hyped about? What's it called? Warhammer 40,000 Carnage Champions?
Oh, that piece of shit.
Oh, so you don't like it? Ooh.
Yeah,
Tell me why you don't like it.
Okay, so
I'll be here a while.
There is basically, we're talking about this because someone somewhere will be wondering why we're not doing a video about it.
That's fair enough.
Well, not doing a video about it yet. We may do later on once it comes down in price,
because it's outrageously expensive right now.
But there is a game called Warhammer 40,000 Carnage Champions.
Really good name, by the way.
That has recently come onto Steam, and it's £10, I believe. Now it's a mobile port, and it's been out on mobile for a while. On mobile, it costs, I think, £2.30. So it costs in the region of 4 times as much on PC.
Which is fair. Wait.
And all it is a side-scrolling hack and slash that is more designed around you having higher stats than the other people than actual skill. And it has microtransactions. Really expensive microtransactions. They're not even really microtransactions. There are microtransactions that cost more than the game.
They're macro transactions. They're just transactions.
They
Let's
are
fucking
just
face it.
transactions. Quite large transactions at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. It
Yeah,
looks like
that
utter
game-
garbage. I would not... I've seen a few people do videos on it, and it doesn't look like a game that anybody should be playing.
I don't think anyone should buy it because that would, well, be giving these fucking scum suckers money, and no one should. It's like me spending money on that Biker Mice fucking shitty game. It's just the fucking worst.
Like, why would you? You know?
Like, no, it's like, no, they haven't done anything to deserve my payment.
Yeah.
They don't deserve money for this. It's literally just... If it was just a sign, like, with, I don't know, the Imperial Eagle on it with, give us your money, we think you're fucking stupid, that, I would respect that more.
I think that might actually be a game that exists. There are a lot of Warhammer 40,000 mobile games I haven't tried.
Oh, there are. There are too many.
Like, why can't they port fucking, what was it, Freeblade? Because that looks actually quite... I played a little bit of that. That's actually quite good. I'd like them to port that. I don't think it would work super well, but I'd like to see them try, as opposed to porting this piece of shit and then being really fucking abusive with its microtransactions.
Well...
But yeah, if
Steam
it comes,
is a wasteland nowadays.
If it comes down to the same kind of price it is on the App Store, then we'll probably get it and do a video on it. But at £10 for a game that
They can fuck...
right off.
They can fuck off all corners of the globe.
Yeah.
Because... Oh my god, just fuck off.
I just really don't want to support them in any way, shape or form.
This is the thing, it's like even like spending like, say, £2.29 or however much it costs on the App Store for it. I don't want them getting that money, because they genuinely don't fucking deserve it. It's like Storm of fucking Vengeance. I was angry that we owned that. I'm still angry that we owned that, because they did not deserve that money.
You see, at the least, Storm of Vengeance, like... I think it did have microtransactions, but they weren't so all permeating the game. I think they were more just sort of little DLC shit you could get. But yeah, this is like an all-encompassing. It's full on, like you've got like 3 different currencies, one of which is the one you pay for, and that's the only one that really matters because that's one you can buy anything with, sort of shit. Yeah, probably an idea to avoid that one.
Yeah, like I mean, we haven't played it, so we can't say for sure, but. Fucking hell, just look at it. Oh my goodness.
To be honest, you really do just have to look at...
The Emperor is ashamed of you.
The Codex Astartes does not support this action.
Exactly.
We should probably get off, to be fair.
Oh yeah,
because you've been
talking about Doctor What, When and Where all the time. And just being a fucking hogcast. That's what you've been doing.
I've been hogcasting.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting here being the most interesting and most important and being ignored all the time.
So I'm back to being unimportant.
Oh, okay, let's not start this again because I'll feel genuinely bad. So thank you very much for listening, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks, no doubt, to talk about more Dark Souls.
And possibly Doctor Who.
Possibly Doctor Who, and maybe The Witcher if I can get a word in fucking edgeways.
Look forward to that.
Bye!